Hey guys, how you doing today? This is Sean T from Cars and Caffeine with my 2017 Dodge Charger RT Daytona. It does have the 5.7 Hemi in it, not the 6.4. And just want to do a quick review and update. I've owned a fair amount of cars in my life, probably in the 200 range. I tend to buy, drive for a little bit, and sell. This is my daily, and this is one of the cars that I've kept for just a little over 2 years now. And I'm not, those typical car reviewers that have, experience driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and, all the high-end expensive stuff. So looking at a car that people could afford, upwards of $40,000 to $50,000 and under, I've pretty much driven everything. I've had Chrysler 300s and Dodge Magnums and Dodge Durangos. Trying to think what else here. Cadillac, CTS, older ones. I bought a lot of old used cars that I drive for the winter, as well as for like my commute, so I don't rack up kilometers on my cars, on my new cars. So looking at this car subjectively, I guess you'd say, and as a everyday dude, I personally think it's amazing. It's been a great car. I've got 59,316,000 kilometers on it right now, and I've had absolutely zero issues with the car. And the front end as well has been 100% fine. Yes, these cars are known for, ball joints and things like that, which at the end of the day, you gotta change them at 80,000 kilometers instead of 120,000 or whatever the norm is. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but people tend to knock them for that. That's their flaws. And then the other thing too, I hear a lot of car guys talk about, or car review guys talk about, is the interior, that it's outdated. They did introduce this new interior in 2015, I believe it was, and you guys can tell me what you think if you've never seen the interior of one of these. But here's my dash, and I've got all the different settings within here. I can pretty much control or change everything from inside here. Nice size screen as well. Everything's nicely laid out. And then this is my infotainment system. Once again, I think is one of the best in the industry. Very, very, very simple to operate. And then I do have the controls for things like 0 to 60 times and all that. There's performance pages. Obviously lots of other guys have done, as you can see here, a lot of other guys have done car reviews on these cars. I'm basically doing the reliability side of it, and again, absolutely zero issues at roughly 60,000 kilometers. There's my side interior with the gold stitching, and then my seats, which are Alcantara and leather with the Daytona embossed in them. Yeah, again, personally, you can pick this car up. It does have adaptive cruise as well, but you can pick this car up for roughly, right now, probably 30 to 32,000, 35,000 Canadian. I am in Canada, in Ontario, and again, personally, I think for that money, you're getting a lot of car. 65, something like that. And it does have adaptive cruise, and then it has the active exhaust system. So when you're driving it, normal RPMs, things like that, and you step on it and or put it into sport mode, and you step on it, the valves open, and it sounds really mean. It's got a nice little backfire to it when you're paddle shifting. And then that's another thing they talk about is the paddle shifters. I've seen small paddle shifters like this. They feel to be, if they aren't metal, they feel like a really, really, really hard plastic or something. I personally don't mind them. Again, they've talked about them being too small. This is a bigger car. It is a sedan. I'm not, I have autocrossed it. But what I'm doing with this car is day-to-day driving more than anything. And I do use the paddle shifters. And they're fine. I mean, my fingers can touch them. They don't need to be 3 feet long. Again, I think that, they're looking for, I guess, problems. Trying to find an issue with the car. But me personally, it handles great for a big car. It's got lots of power. It's comfortable as anything. I love my seats. They're heated and cooled. Not to say that the car gets a bad rap, because it's actually a pretty popular car and lots of people own them and love them. But the automotive journalists, I find, have given this a bit of a bad rap, and kind of knocking it for its being outdated. Now I realize that the chassis and things like that are of an older gen. I believe it was 2005 that they basically had this car built on the same platform. But I don't feel that. I've owned all those gen of cars, and this car feels a lot better, tighter. Obviously it's new, but I've owned a 2005 Dodge Magnum that was brand new, and me personally, I don't think they feel the same in any way. So I don't know if there's been improvements on suspension and things like that, but it's definitely been a lot better that way. So I would say my summary would be, if you're looking for a car with decent power, it's actually excellent on fuel. I get an average of 8 liters per 100K on the highway at about 110 kilometers an hour. If you look, I do have a video of that as well, so I can prove it, which is actually under what Dodge claims. Dodge claims it's actually higher than that, but this car actually gets really, really, really good gas mileage on the highway. Little bit harder in the city. I think it's around 13.5 to 14 liters per 100K. Not sure what that translates to in miles. But again, at the end of the day, it's a great looking car. It's a fast car. The interior is great. It's extremely comfortable. It's got all of the amenities that you would need. You can pick one up for the, let's call it $30,000 to $35,000 range, depending on where you live and things like that, mileage, etc. But go and drive one. If you like the car, you see the car, and you feel that, there's certain elements that you've heard, let's say negative, go drive it for yourself. Make your own judgment. Don't necessarily listen to what everybody else says. I'm an owner. I do love this car in every way. I would like the 392, a little bit more power. This is not underpowered in any way, shape, or form. Just, I like more power. But again, with the amount of driving I do, this is fuel economy wise, this is a better choice, and this does not require premium fuel, and the 392 does. So again, an increase in ownership So yeah, that's my little spiel. 2017 Dodge Charger RT Daytona. It is the Destroyer Gray. If you look at my other videos, you see me do some smoke shows and stuff in it. And yeah, that's it. Sean T for Cars and Caffeine. We'll see you soon.